In Parkinson's, the brain neurons are dying. Once you have Parkinson's detected by a clinician, you have lost, say, around 40% of those neurons. If you detect the disease, say, 2 years before, maybe you have 10% more of the neurons. So now what if you detected way before, and now instead of 2 years that you get better, you have 4 or you have 6. My name is DiegoGurain. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Applied Physiology and Kinesiology. During my college years, I met with some professors that were working on brain signals, and I just became fascinated, and that triggered my journey through biomedical engineering. So my primary research interest is studying movement, specifically how it is affected by disease. The overall goal of the lab is to use technology to quantify movement in people with movement disorders. We believe that if you quantify the movement, you are able to detect if the person has a disease or no. And we believe there is an opportunity to do earlier detection that we can do right now. So we want to provide tools to people to keep track of how they are moving. We actually have already developed tools that can tell you if you are likely to have Parkinson's just from video recordings. Video-based movement analysis is an emerging technology and is being very welcomed by sports. And we just transfer the technology that is being used in sports to the clinic, and we have obtained really good results. Right now, the clinician has to see the patient. If the changes are very small, the clinician might not be able to see it. So with videos, we think that we can provide more concise assessments of movements and also more objective, because the clinician no longer have to do a visual assessment. They can just rely on whatever the software is providing. Yeah, my work is basically mostly focused on applying AI to medical problems. Most of our work involves taking a technique that already exists and translate that into a clinical problem. So there are multiple challenges with our research. One of the biggest challenges is data, because this is patients' data. The way that we are addressing this challenge is that we are trying to give our algorithms. So they don't have to share anything with us. They just process the data using our algorithms and give the results. So another important goal of my lab is to bring students and teach them how these technologies actually work, what is going on in the background, so they can use them and not only being users, but being creators. In terms of teaching, I was actually hired as part of the AI initiative. So we are actually teaching a class. It's called AI for Movement Sciences, where we teach students to write code from scratch. They don't need to learn, they don't need to do anything. They just come to the class, learn how to write basic coding. And with those basic knowledge, then they can train their own machine learning algorithms and they can use them in their problems. So that is what I enjoy the most, and that's what I'm very proud of, to teach students that programming is not scary, it's just another tool.